Today, we meet 49-year-old Morgan Moba. He has a speech and hearing impairment, but has managed to bring together those in a similar condition as his to a purpose they least expected. Within a minute of meeting them, I have learned how to sign, "How are you?"
How are you?
Fine. How are you?
You taught me how to say how are you. How are you? How do I say fine? Okay. Thank you, Mr. Kapui.
Morgan hands me some pictures, saying I need to appreciate their works before we even get talking. And I agree. They are such beautiful works. Morgan did not always have a hearing and speech impairment.
Morgan, I was born as a hearing person. When I reached about 10 years old, I became sick. I had some mumps. After that, only 1 week, I lost my hearing. I couldn't hear anything from both my ears. That's how my mother got me to hospital to and from Kawambwa and Tundola, trying to seek help from hospital, moving from one place to another. But they found out that I could not hear. I became deaf. That is how I started the school at Kalulushi. That's in Kalulushi. Yes, I started going to school there from grade 3 up to grade 12, and I completed the school. I went to Lusaka, where I was there, and I was also working with the deaf advocates in Lusaka there, who were helping me. Then later on, I moved from Lusaka. I came to Mansa here. I found that life was very difficult for me. Many deaf people, they do not have something to do. They don't have work, including myself. I've been applying for work in the mines, but I couldn't find any. So now I was thinking, what can I do as a deaf person? Because there are many things that we miss even as the deaf. So as we're growing, I have some certificates. I can drive. I have even a driving license. I can do some construction works. I can do something to do with the school. I can do carpentry. Yes, just here in Mansa we have some places where we do some other works. what I found, that's how I found myself even here. You know, there's a challenge that us as deaf sometimes we are suppressed. Some disabled people, they feel suppressed that they cannot even do anything. That as we thought that it's better maybe we try to make a group so that we can advocate for our own rights. Like we applied for CDF. The CDF that we applied for, no, we applied for CDFs not to eat, but to invest. So we created some work for the deaf, the youth especially, the disabled ones. At the same time, here the door is open for even for hearing persons, hearing people. They are free to join us. Some are hearing, some who work with here are hearing, employed by us, the deaf. So when we applied for that CDF, because many of us deaf, they don't have work. In private companies, they don't employ the deaf, many of them. But us here, we can do many things. Yes. That is how we thought it is better we apply for CDF. So when we applied for the CDF, then we started a small project for carpentry. That is how we are here, and this is what we are doing, what you can see here.
With a childhood as Morgan's, it was a natural transition. That curiosity, just as to how differently abled should not wallow in self-pity, but into self-help.
A long time ago, I had plans. I had plans to find a place like Mansa. At the same time, when I moved here, it was not easy for people to believe or understand me or what I can do. Why? Many people have a negative attitude towards the deaf. Many people think disabled persons, they can't do anything. That's why many people, the disabled one, depend on begging, just begging. Yeah, begging from the roads. So that's why you see many deaf, they will be begging in the streets. When I came here, I thought, this is destroying our image to see the deaf begging on the streets. When they have legs, they can walk, they can see. So there's something that they can do. That's why I tried to think, we start meeting, we teach each other, we exchange ideas. So we started meeting like every Saturdays as deaf. So many of the deaf, they stopped begging because we had made awareness so that they should stop for begging. Now many deaf started changing the way of lives. Even the women who used to beg, who were doing prostitution, they all stopped. Because now they knew that they could do something, they could go and ask for work just to wash clothes as maids. They get something, a small amount that can help them to buy something they want than begging. The men also, they stopped those bad behavior like drinking beer, stealing, those bad behavior of begging, fighting. But now, many deaf behavior have changed because of work, which we are doing here. At first, it was not easy. When like someone new comes in a place, many people will start asking, this person is from where?
Yeah.
Who is this person? Maybe he wants to use us. They were asking all those questions. But me as a teacher, I could teach. I know how to communicate. I can read the facial expression of some people, even as we communicate. From the face, I can see. So as I inseminate information, I can read that this person has something. I can see. I can know that this person is wise. This person is interested. That is how I was able to encourage and bring them together. So as we started meeting, we were over 50 people who were meeting together. I was able to encourage. The number of deaf, those who had finished school, was very small. But now, as we continued, it is continuing, multiplying and multiplying. They are finishing school and they are joining the community. Some from Mwense, they come here in Mansa.
The ones who are coming from Mwense and other districts, have they heard the story and they're also coming to do carpentry?
Yes, they have heard. Also, as they come here, they visit our place and see what we are doing here. So they are mostly encouraged when they see, they think, there we don't have someone who can lead us, but here we can see we have someone we can learn from. No wonder they are coming to this place.
What encourages, inspires, and keeps people going in such situations? Going deaf and dumb at 10 years old, growing up with only one parent, a mother, because the father passed on.
Okay, it's not an easy task to lead. It's not an easy task. It's not simple. It's difficult for sure. Sometimes some people can think that maybe you are just a thief. Some would say, no, this one is good. Others say, this one just came here to take advantage of us or just wanting to be a leader. So to be a leader, leading a group like this one is not easy. Like leading people who are from Mwense all the way coming to this place, it will be difficult.
Seeing how much Morgan values education, he, through his experiences, has put across some suggestions.
Special education is good, but sometimes it's not very good. Children, they grow in the community like they are separated. The hearing are on the other side, the deaf are also on the other side. So that way the children, they grow with a very negative attitude. But now when I see when we get education, is good. At the same time, it changes the hearing attitude. When we grow together and mix together the hearing and the disabled, like it was for my case in school, many people, many hearing would fear the deaf. In terms you fear that they may just hold you by the neck. When they see albino, it's like they feel bad. It's like they don't embrace them. So from my childhood, I think about special education. Personally, it's good that we should focus on learning in our communities as combined, not separating us. We should be mixed together. So it is good when we combine, we learn together, the deaf and the hearing. One important thing is education. Because without that education, I wouldn't be doing what I am doing right now. I wouldn't know how even to apply for CDF. To reach where I am now is education. Right now, we have so many people who are looking at us. Like we go to the CDF, like we didn't just pocket it. That CDF has benefited many to change the lives or the attitude of many.
In a very humorous manner, Morgan tells me about his family life.
Yes, I'm married. I have children.
Okay. Let him tell us about that.
I have 6 children. That's why you see me, I have a body head, you know, like an airstrip.
Because you have to think a lot of what now?
Okay, so we met at a time when there was a social cash transfer project. That is how we met. So as we were going for meetings for social cash transfer, that is where I met my wife.
I was curious to find out how Morgan overcomes self-pity and also the famous thought that the differently abled are temperamental.
Me, I'm a deaf person. I don't feel bad. Why? Because I've already accepted my situation that I am deaf. It's God who made me that way. I don't need to be ashamed or to start hiding. No. I feel on the same level with you people who are hearing. The only difference is the communication. Me, I use sign language. But you are able to communicate using the voice. But the difference is the same. We are the same people. So we all have equal rights that we are enjoying. So there's no difference. How? Only those who are not aware about their rights, maybe those are the people who might feel shy. Yes, the temper is, they have a short temper. But what I've seen is that the problem is with communication. People think deaf, they have a short temper. But us, but are happy people. Very, very friendly. Very friendly people. Very funny people.
I've realized he's got a good sense of humor.
Wupe Mlenga has known Morgan for a long time. He is one of the first people that have been with Morgan when they started gathering as the deaf community in 2017.
I've been working here since 2021 when this project started. In 2017, when I came here, that's how we started a deaf group. So we are advocating from town. So that's how we became friends.
Wupe says working here has brought more than just earning an income for him. The cooperation that exists is a unity unmatched. He says it proves that there is something we can all contribute to our community and our country, and this can be in our own unique way.
What important thing is that is love. When deaf meet, maybe from far places, sometimes can be a problem, but sometimes for us it has been good. When we got CDF from government, we felt very happy, but after 1 year of our work here, we faced a bit of challenges. Us here, we should work together as one. We have this, you see, some are deaf and these two brothers are hearing. So we just need to work together. Same, we use this machine, clean it. This machine is the one that brings money in our pockets. Is it clear? Yes. Let's work together as one.
Sometimes to listen with your heart allows you to hear beyond your ears and see beyond your sight. Talk about self-belief. Definitely a profit of time spent with these unique carpenters.
The crew is in Muchinga province, headed to Mafinga district to Mtendere village. Along the way, some car trouble. Phew, that is sorted. Let's explore how the individuals of Tendere village operate as one, how they are living the reality of strength in numbers, supporting each other to a point of self-sustenance.